What does a mother do when her child is crying? What does a father do when his son is hurting? What does a sibling do when a relative is put down? What does a king do when someone tries to steal away from him his crown? See, in most cases, these actions in response are not half-hearted. They come from the heart. They're the instinct of the soul, and they do everything they can to try and fix this problem and make all well again. See, they have no other option in their minds but to press towards the goal of this problem coming towards an end. And I wonder, why is it different when we look at ourselves in a spiritual sense? I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that, without changing anything was not God's intention for us by any means. And church, can I tell you out the bounds of the skies that I feel like we just spent 2 weeks on a topic that rules most of our lives. It's entropy. A word so vague and so deep can mean so much when looked at in the proper perspective. Depression caused by becoming stagnant and complacent, content but recessive, and when not treated quick can turn into weaponry of the opposition, his aggression. And I feel like there are some out there that truly need an interception of entropy. And before you think that that's not you, there's a question that I want to ask you. If you were standing before the perfect, almighty, all-powerful God in heaven right now, would you be satisfied with yourself? Or will you wish you did more in your given time now? Young men will have visions. Well, let me tell you what I can see. I can see us in heaven, surrounding the throne of the King. I can see a crowd where no one is ashamed to sing. I can see joy coming from the hearts of the ones whose lives live for God, or anything but distracting. But it begins with us. It begins a choice, saying taking action is God's will, not just looking out of your comfort zone. It begins by surrendering yourself and exchanging your every unknown fear for the peace of God and His presence oh so near. It begins when we unite as a family and be the sibling and be the parent, and that is intercepting entropy. But real quick, intercepting entropy is not a lot of things. It's not a constant elevated mood, but a constant elevated passion for the things of God. It's not continuing to slumber when you commit a mistake, but rather getting back out there and putting your pride back out at stake. It's not about remaining in solidity, allowing entropy to grow, but rather seeking help and extending encouragement when you're wrestling in your soul. Live a life where community, the prayer, and the word rule your life. Live a life as you are treating a groom, as you are His bride. Live a life where the Spirit of God is the only thing you can see. And for every boy, girl, every person, and every soul, live a life of intercepting entropy.